Sponsored by your local Toyota dealer and Sterling Savings Bank. KXLY4HD and Friday Night Sports Extra bring you the best seat in the house for high school football. Friday Night Sports Extra starts right now.
Welcome to Friday Night Sports Extra special rain, cold, playoff implication edition. That didn't fit on the full screen. We just had to say it out loud.
I hate to brag, every place I went to stayed dry while I was there. So
yeah, I mean, it was raining on the way, but some of us got lucky and didn't get a lot of rain at the games we're at. Some of us got some rain. Keith will tell you East Valley a little bit later on. You know what? The playoff implications, play-in games for some teams in Washington, first round in Idaho. Let's get right to the highlights. The Greater Spokane League, the Columbia Basin League, Pasco and Ferris. Play-in game. Ferris, the #1 seed out of the GSL. Pasco, #2. And how about this? Carlin Andrew takes it in from 3 yards out. Pasco up 7-0. But Ferris would step up on defense. Brendan Olson. Did somebody get the number of that truck? Yes. 38 was his number. Saxons get going on offense. Connor Holliday up top to Aaron Roberts, the former Shining Star, with a nifty two-handed grab, 39-yard touchdown. Ferris up 6, and watch the last play of the half. Holliday to Bates, the old hook and ladder to Roberts. He could go all the way, gets a block down the sidelines. He's gone. The final play of the half, and the Saxons blow it open in the second half. They're headed to the playoffs. Pasco is done. How about Central Valley and Richland? CV, the #2 team out of the GSL, at Columbia Basin champion Richland. All Bombers early on. Hayden Hilty, the 18-yard pass to Brett Jacobs. Richland up 14-0 at that point. But the Bears said, we've had enough of this garbage. And watch, here comes CV. Tyler Simmet in from 1 yard out. He had a couple of touchdown runs. Blake Bledsoe was throwing the ball all over the yard. The 12-yard pass to Michael Williams. He gets into the end zone. We're tied at 14 at the half, and the onslaught continued in the second half. Bears, Bledsoe goes up top to Brad Whitley. Splits the defenders. He's in. 28-14 Bears. After being down 14-0, the Bears scored 35 of the last 42 or 41 points, I should say. They're headed to the 4A playoffs. Richland was done. It was a huge night for the GSL. Crossover games. Gonzaga Prep ends the season with a victory over Moses Lake. Also, Mead ends the season with a win over Wenatchee. And it was University ending the season with a win over Sunnyside. The 4A GSLs go 6-0 with Lewis and Clark's win over Kamiakin. What a big week it was for the GSL.
Big week in 4A, also big week in 3A that starts out in the Valley tonight. Keith Oso Field and Adam Fisher of the Mighty Knights. He's worth the price of admission when it comes playoff time. East Valley on the move early. Nick Bellamy with another big run coming right in your kitchen. He had 239 yards tonight, but he gets pushed out. You know what that means. Here comes Chris Zivick for a 1-yard touchdown run. The touchdown sniper strikes again. More East Valley running backs. Jake Latusik up the middle, and everybody's getting in on the running tonight. He's gone over 400 yards rushing for the Mighty Knights tonight. He's giggity and gone. That 65-yard touchdown run. Mighty Knights up by 29, but here come the Highlanders. Chris Donahoe up to Bo Schutzel. He's had a great season. Into the end zone he goes, cuts the lead, but the Mighty Knights of East Valley go on to win it 43-14. So who will they play in the first round of the playoffs? Down to Tri-City we go. Mount Spokane playing Hanford in Richland. Wildcats, Travis Ward to Chip Prop. That's a 12-yard score. Wildcats in business. Falcons, though, try and go right down the field. Travis Chalk takes one in and writes his name on the wall. Hanford up at that point, but Mount Spokane comes back to win this one late, 42-39. They'll play East Valley at Joe Albee Stadium on Friday night. Oh, remember the Rogers cheerleaders? We've seen them in here on Friday Night Sports Extra. Rogers up early in this one against West Valley Yakima. Jacob Partridge punches it in. The Pirates will add on. Cody Peterson, he's had a great year. Up the gut he goes. 12-yard touchdown run, 20-7 Rogers. Rams trying to rally. Joe Wallace looking for someone to throw to. Remember, kids, never throw against the grain. We pay more for the wide angle on that one, though. Justin Musey with the pick for Rogers, and watch him go up the sideline. 62 yards to pay dirt. The Rogers Pirates go from losing for 5 straight years, basically, to winning 2 out of the last few games. They go on to win this one 33-7. Congratulations to the Rogers Pirates.
We go over to Idaho now. Playoff starting tonight. We start with the big boys in the 5A as Idaho Falls comes to Lewiston. And the Bengal fans happy to see our cameras there tonight, hoping their team wins. Lewiston's defense doing well, applying some much-needed pressure as Aaron Iriarte, among others, going to sack Tigers quarterback David Monk. There he goes down. Ooh, ouch. Later, Monk going to try throwing the ball this time instead of getting it done with his feet. Dallin Palmer. But Ryan Peterson removes him from the playing field. He got his foot in the end zone, but the ref says no dice there. Then the Bengals offense, Justin Podrabski, he's going to hook up with Ryan Young, and he'll find the end zone absolutely untouched. Makes it 14-0 Bengals. Lewiston goes on. That's Chris Crocker's high school. Unfortunately, always get the new guy in trouble. Always get the new guy in trouble. Lewiston wins that one 40-7. Unfortunately for Lake City, they cannot extend the winning. They fall by 14 to Highland. Let's go now to 4A. We've got the Tigers and the Bulldogs of Sandpoint. Mountain Home came to play early. Tigers' Talon Pauly claws his way for a big gain. That would set up first and goal, and Kyle Kerfoot, the keeper, for the 4-yard score. Mountain Home up 7-0 in the third. They'd add a field goal for a 10-0 lead in the fourth. The Bulldogs got things going heavy on the ground. Running back Ben Fisher with 214 yards rushing in this one, including this 25-yard touchdown. Bulldogs down by 3 with under a minute left. Bulldogs driving. Quarterback Chris Simones looking for Fisher. Goes up, gets it, but then gets stripped by Tom Hennessy. Tigers go on to win this one as Sandpoint gets stunned by 3 points there. A couple other scores to report. Orofino season ends with a tough 8-point loss to Buell. And Timberlake Fruitland, they're actually tomorrow at noon. One more for you. Nampa Christian, unfortunately, ending Grangeville season 34-7.
It's a very important game being played tomorrow in American Falls. The Beavers will be taking on the Salmon Savages. Keep your eye on that one. I'm sure Ben will have that score for you tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think so. Your team plays tomorrow. Chris Crocker's losers tonight. My team won. So we're going to have to see if it makes 2 out of 3.
Wonder how Thompson Falls, Montana.
Well, we don't cover that team.
We'd have to check. We'll get back to you on that one. Friday Night Sports Extra will continue.
Well, the schedule makers in the Northeast 2B sure got it right. The game tonight down in Colfax between Colfax and Reardan. Both teams undefeated in play, and this one for the league title. It was cold down there, so I traded Samantha Savage a hat for some hot chocolate. Sorry, guys. Didn't bring it back. The Bulldogs leading out the scoreboard first after a Reardan turnover. Ethan Smith shampoos better, protecting the ball. He's gone for the long touchdown. 6-0 Bulldogs. It's now 12-0 home team. Check out this team. Bobble, bobble, bobble makes the grab inside the 5. They would add 6 more soon after to take the 19-0 lead. But the Indians stay strong. This effort is what high school football is all about. You can't bring them down. Right there, that's Eric Andros. Takes in half of the Bulldog D, but unfortunately that's the only time the Indians will go ahead and get in the end zone as they lose big to Colfax. Both teams there, though, make the playoffs. Other scores for you. Davenport, as you can see, ending their season with a 20-0 loss to the Springdale Chargers. We've got Asotin big winners tonight over Garfield Palouse. We're going to keep on going, 49-6. And we've got the NIGHTHAWKS, 28-0 winners over Pomeroy. And we've got Waitsburg Prescott, 57-7 over Dayton.
All right, last night the Great Northern League wrapped up their regular season. 4 teams still left in the playoffs for 2 spots. Deer Park and Colville, one of these teams was going to win and knock the other one out. The Fog Bowl up there in Colville, the frozen tundra. Look at this, Alex Wolf with a touchdown pass to Colby Matsich. 7-0 Deer Park early in the first. Second quarter, Deer Park left some points on the field, though. They would live to regret this. Wolf's pass is picked off by Patrick Sager at the goal line. Indians down 14 at the break, but you know what? They came back and won it. The 4th game Colville played in overtime this year, and it's one that could get them into the championship, or I should say into the playoffs. Why? Because they needed now Cheney to lose to West Valley. Final home game for the BLACKHAWKS, hoping to come up with a victory over the Eagles. All West Valley in the first half. Drew Clausen to Simon Kingston. 7-0 Eagles, and the BLACKHAWKS would be on the ropes. More Eagles in the second quarter. Clausen again. This time he finds Jordan Lufer. Oh, cleaning up with the brush and a touchdown. Eagles up 14-0 at that point. Eagles closing seconds, trying to get one more, but Clausen would be picked off by Dalton Harding. That stops the drive, but Cheney never found the end zone. So West Valley eliminates Cheney from the postseason with that victory, gives the spot to Colville. The 2 other games last night, Pullman wins the regular season championship. They're headed to the playoffs, and Clarkston finishes the season with a win over Medical Lake. All right, GNL matchups in the first rounds. District number 3 seed from District 4 will be in Pullman next Saturday. Don't know where that game is at, either the high school or the Martin Stadium. And Colville will be on the road, depending on who won tonight's game between Ellensburg and Othello. That's who they will play next week in the 2A playoffs. Good luck to both those teams.
I know what you're thinking. Where's the all-animal league in the Northeast A? You're going to have to wait another day for that. Playoffs going on at Moses Lake tomorrow. Triple header going on. Lakeside Eagles taking on Chelan. That game will be at 1 o'clock and get things going. Followed up by Freeman. The Freeman Scotties, a very good team this year, taking on OMAC. That game's at 4. Followed by Chewelah. They'll also be in action at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. All 3 games at Moses Lake. That's tomorrow in the playoffs in Moses Lake. And I'm not quite done yet. Welcome to Keith Oso Power Hour. I'm just going to keep on talking. Let's go ahead and give away an iPod.
No, why did they even take the 3 shot? Why don't they just stay on you? That's the last. This is the last iPod.
That's the last one. And you're going to find out in like 10 seconds who that goes to. But first, we got the runners up. Leslie McPhail sends us this picture. Jordan Benz catching a touchdown. But look at the band member in the background. She's devastated that the touchdown's going the other way. Way to pay attention. We love that. Odessa, former iPod winner Jim Williams, keeps on sending in pictures. Thank you, Jim. This is Alex Knoll. He's running for a touchdown down there. Up to Hunters. Robin Kiefer, one of our most loyal senders. We just couldn't get an iPod to Robin Kiefer. We apologize. That's a touchdown pass by Hunters. Our winner today, another loyal photographer, Steve Teedy from Colfax. He sent us about 115 pictures. Ethan Smith on the run. Steve Teedy is our winner of our last iPod. But don't forget, you can still share your photos all school season long. Go to KXLY.com. Just keep on sending those photos. It's a good way to get coverage for your favorite high school.
What we're going to do is we're going to pick a day where we're going to show those photos once a week. So keep sending them in, and we'll keep getting them to you.
That's the coolest color, too. That silver?
Well, it's taken for you. You'll have to buy your own. Friday Night Sports Extra will continue. 8-man action. Playoffs as well. Stick around. We showed you some Idaho playoff action from the opening round of the playoffs. We now have some 8-man action for you. North Idaho against North Idaho. We went to the Kibbe Dome tonight. Prairie and Troy. Prairie fans happy to be inside and out of the rain, and those are smart kids. Prairie would get on the board first. Kyle Daly uses his head, and watch this. Finds his way into the end zone. 8-0 Pirates at that point. Then the punt return. They're trying to kick away from this guy. David Sigler picks it up. Looks like he's got horns with those chin straps. Oh, you can't tackle the devil. Oh, my goodness. That sets up great field position. Nice run by Sigler. It's that Daly guy again. Oh, look at him fake inside and go outside. The Pirates, they should be the Devils, I think. The Pirates of Prairie beating the Troy Trojans 48-0, the final in that one. Kootenai has been a dino. Oh, sorry about that. Deary plays at Wallace tomorrow afternoon in the Division 1, A1 Division 1 playoffs. A1 Division 2 playoffs, you think it was wet at Kootenai? Look at that! Soggy, soggy, soggy. That'll get you a look. Kootenai up 8-0 early and would get more. Colton Williams goes 21 yards on the sneak, and it was 16-0 Warriors. Big play for Mullen. Casey McKimmon goes up top and finds Josh Trojan, and it looks like he's going to break it. But watch Dakota Amy come out of nowhere, saves a touchdown. The former Shining Star tackles him inside the 7. They didn't get in, but they would get points because Williams dropped the ball and then is sacked by McKinnon, the quarterback playing defense, and yes, that's a safety, 2 points. But Kootenai was just too much. Big play, Ben Shannon with a run, but watch 15, he's the quarterback. Makes one block, gets another block there, a third block, and he's going to get one more guy. Oh, yeah. 4 blocks by the quarterback in one play. Ben Shannon could have backstroked in, literally, because there was so much water on the field. 58-2, the final score. Kootenai into the semifinals as well. Also, that's it.
My turn. I like those devil horns. That was nice. Northeast 1B, last game of the regular season, trying for positioning of the playoffs. We head out to Cooley City, ACH. That's a state championship megaphone with popcorn. We traded that for a hat with Ashley, Goldie, and Christine. I don't know if there was 2 or 3. Ryan King drops back, hits Aaron Brouillard. He comes down with it. That sets up King. You know where he's going. Brouillard, and Odessa is up in this one. More Odessa. This time, the improbable. King back to pass, dodging ACH tacklers all over the place. He's in the backfield looking for someone to throw. I'm open. Oh, he went the other way. Alex Null into the end zone for Odessa. That was a great play by King just to keep that alive. The ensuing kickoff, ACH, Mike Wren. He takes it, picks up a block, bounces it outside. I don't know why our camera's that far back. And look at him go. He knows that the bird is the word. He takes it all the way into the end zone. ACH with a nice play there. Odessa, though, they go on to win this one. 28-14. One more game, Inchelium up at Hunters. Oh, that's Lackwash. They're playing Spy because the winner of this game plays Lackwash. So here comes the home team, Marcus Morado. Nice pass to Donnie Mendoza into the end zone. He goes 25-yard score, 12-0 at that point. Lions. Hornets trying to hang in there. Morado looking for the end zone, but Tyler Zachary Boyd comes up with a nice one-handed pick there. He'd get some nice yardage on the return. But a penalty's going to back that one back up, and the fumble apparently went out of bounds there. They'd give it to Morado for the Lions. He's going to keep it himself, take it into the end zone, 18-0 at that point for Hunters. They go on to win it 48-14. That means Hunters will now go play on the road against Lackwash, and Inchelium will play against number 1 seeded and number 1 ranked in the state, Cusick.
All right, some other 8-man teams not fighting for berths in the playoffs, finishing up their regular seasons today. We start with Wilpinton at Curlew. Check this out. This is how far we go. We stop at Danville, sending Dan Barth up there. Next stop after that, Canada. First quarter at 6-6. Handoff to Ethan Manick. You can't tackle him. He is gone 30 yards for the touchdown. Wilpinton's ball, now 4th down. You saw him run, now watch him hit. Oh! Pop goes the peanut with that. Manick getting the job done. More Curlew. Handoff to Manick again this time. This time runs around tacklers and nearly into the camera lens. That thing's expensive. Please don't do that anymore. He gets brought down. Then the direct snap to Manick. The Wildcat offense formation in the 8-man game. He's come to the Curlew Cougars running at Manick the touchdown, and they go on to win 47-14. We've got one more for you. Wilbur Crescent and Sprague Harrington. Yeah, the ferry boat across the 21 highway. Watch out. Flammable when you're on that thing. Kurt Corner. Wilbur Crescent up 38-8. The handoff to Cody Stevens. He gets to the edge, and he is gone 45 yards for the touchdown. More Stevens. Again, this time, though, going to run up the gut. pushes away the tacklers, then runs away from everyone else for the 50-yard touchdown run there. Stevens had 4 touchdowns on the night as Wilbur Creston wins this one big, 60-14. A couple other scores for you. Cusick getting the job done against St. John Endicott, and Waterville falling to Pateros. The Billy Goats, love that name.
We know Blackwash is in. Keith told you that. They were playing their final regular season game against LKW, and when you throw Colotis in the mix, it's a 6-town, 2-team game. Gabe Hansen getting his very first hat. Congratulations, Gabe. He is at his first football game, too. 2.5 months old. One true meaning of track meet on field. Garrett Blauer. Look at him go. Faster than everybody else. 93 yards and gone for the touchdown. Looks like he's running to the house. They actually have a meeting at halftime in that house. Yes, I've been in that garage for a meeting at halftime. 14-0 Tiger Cats. The second quarter, Blauer. This time he's running the other way. What if there's another house on that end? No, the jog compared to what he did, because he only went 40 yards there, that house actually is where they have their pregame meal and all this other stuff. It's a cool place. Blackwash goes on to win it 60-34. Also, non-league games, Valley Christian going to Bridgeport, and Bridgeport comes up with a big victory there.
Stick around, more Friday Night Sports Extra. Spokane Chiefs on the ice tonight. We'll tell you how they did coming up next. Friday Night Sports Extra.
Welcome back to Friday Night Sports Extra. The tough Fridays continue for the Spokane Chiefs as Portland comes into town and goes ahead and beats them 2-1. The Chiefs back at it tomorrow night at the arena against Tri-Cities.
Big day in college football tomorrow. Dad's weekend down in Pullman. Arizona coming to town. Should be cold and wet. Go Cougs. Huskies will be playing Arizona State. Dennis Erickson returns to the Northwest. If you want to boo him, go to Seattle. Eastern is going to hit the road and go to UNC in Greeley, Colorado. That's a fine town. And Whitworth, they have their last game of the season. Lewis and Clark will actually be at the Pine Bowl tomorrow. We actually have that backwards. Last chance to watch the Whitworth Pirates tomorrow.
12:30 kickoff at the Pine Bowl. Don't forget to join Ben for all the sports news coming up tomorrow at 4:30. I want to thank our shooters this season: Dan Barth, Phil Franklin, Brett Bauer, Sebastian Robinson, Kayla Anderson, and Brian Belanger, who helped us all season long, and our great crew behind the scenes: Zach, Tilly, Tim, Sheila, Ray, Andrea, Brian, Mark, Nicole on her final show. Thank you, Nicole. Jared, Derek, Rob, and Kellen. Without those people, they couldn't have done it. And without you viewers and the coaches who called the score in, we wouldn't do it as well. You know what? We will see you next year, Friday Night Sports Extra. Thanks, everybody.